What's good, our family? Hit that like, give us a comment, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification. Hopefully, it's a better episode next week, but here we go. Better start to the episode, I should say. I'm miserable. It's been a long day. Here we go.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah! What the fuck are you talking about?
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is another edition of the Flight Zone. Week 2 is in the books. I'm going to be honest, I haven't even checked up on the lousy Monday Night Football game so far. The Lions-Packers took care of everything I needed to do for fantasy this week. I was down bad in A2D league, but every guy was 150 and up. So we'll check.
I'm way more down bad, Jimmy. I think I'm down by 70.
Oh.
I think I'm going to score less than 90 points.
Okay.
And all I'm saying is thank God I'm getting Aaron Jones next week.
Yeah. In part to me, and I dropped 2 guys that went off, Henry Ruggs and Tony Pollard, to get the trade done. So I'm down bad right now. But it looks like I will pull off the win against Brodo this week. So we'll see what happens. This is another edition of the Flight Zone. Remember, Flight Zone is always brought to you by our beautiful sponsor, Body Check Wellness, which is a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Use that promo code A2D for 25% off your order at bodycheckwellness.com. Check them out. Great brand of products, guys. Also, FanUp, best way to enjoy fantasy sports, unless you were me this week, if you completely swept the board. No, I'm just kidding. Sign up now at FanUp. Only on the App Store, and win your share of great prizes, daily NFL contests, and more. Sign up today at FanUp.app. It's great fantasy value. It's probably one of the fastest and easiest ways that you can make money. So check out FanUp today. All right, let's get right into it. Hit that like if you feel like the Eagles just completely shat on your week this week. Because I'll tell you one thing, I'm hitting every single like button. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. They just shit the bed. Yep. And it was painful to watch because going into the season, I was looking at the 49ers as a team that 2 years ago, yes, they had an incredible season, incredible young coach. Jimmy Garoppolo was on the rise. Does that sound familiar? That sounds like Eagles. That sounds like Eagles 2017.
Yep.
Only difference was, their team was dismantled, by the way, with injury. So was ours. Only difference was we end up winning the Super Bowl. They didn't win the Super Bowl.
Nope.
Following year, same thing happens. Only our record was slightly better than theirs, but the injuries just kept on piling up. And I looked at this young to aging core in San Francisco, and I just thought, is this team really going to be that good? I watched them against the Lions last week. They almost fold. They literally almost fold. And then this week, they get outplayed besides 2 drives. Yeah. 2 drives that the Eagles just shot themselves in the foot with. And it's because our defense hasn't made a play in 4 years now.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier. I know the A2D chat was bumping, arguing over why this defense can never make a play. Yeah, they play phenomenal. And we'll talk about the offense as we progress onto the show. It'll wrap into our poll. And our poll is the Eagles will make us forget about their home opening performance and beat the Cowboys on Monday Night Football in week 3. I am undecided on the poll right now. As of right now, I want to say agree just because I don't want to be miserable like I was today. Just a complete shit show. That's what I felt like today. It was horrible because you lost a game in which you had the full opportunity to win. And it goes back to the quarterback. You and I both said it. This team is built. This team is built to win, but it depends on the quarterback. And if he's going to show up and show out every single day, every single week, like he did in week 1, I think I like Sirianni's game plan. But when you have a quarterback that can't go through his first progression, can't go past his first read, and decides to scramble out of the pocket, that's what happens. You're going to have 3 points going into 5 minutes left in the game.
Yep.
All that being said, I'm going to agree to the poll. What do you think, Evan?
Wow. I'm on the same boat with you. I do want to say yes and all that, but I'm just looking at their wide receiving core. I know we'll get into a little bit later, break it down how the defense and offense did during the Niners game, but I'm not too sure about it. I'm not too sure about it. This is Dallas's opening game, I'm sure, at home, right?
Yes, it is.
It is. It's their opening. They're opening up at Dallas for the Dallas's first game of the season at home. And Jim, I think that Dallas has a better team than the 49ers, for the exception of the defense. I think that the offense is way better just for the Cowboys. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, there's debates on whether we think Jimmy Garoppolo is great, like elite or not. Not even close, in my opinion. I think he's mediocre. And I just think
mediocre
the
at
whole
best.
49ers offense is just mediocre.
Yep.
Besides George Kittle, of course. But
George and Debo.
yeah. Debo, yeah. He's on the rise too from last year and this year. But man, I just I don't know, because Dallas has all those wide receivers. I don't think Gallup's playing.
Hey, I don't know.
He's out for another
They'll
2-3
still
weeks.
have Cedric. They'll have Wilson. They'll have Cedric Wilson.
Yep.
They'll have CD. They'll have Cooper.
Yep.
They'll have both their running backs. Tony Pollard, by the way, is better than Ezekiel Elliott. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah. And I already see part of Hertz's legal team coming out in Lewis and Mr. Wing. We'll get through it the whole night. Bottom line is, when you have 3 points as a team total with 5 minutes left in the quarter in the game, you're gonna lose football games.
Yep.
It's the same pattern over and over again. He showed out against the Saints last year, and I'm gonna keep on flip-flopping on this guy. I really am, because I'm allowed to be critical on Jalen Hurts when he is one of the main reasons why we lose a football game. I'm allowed to. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I don't care about any other quarterback in the league. I care about our guy, Jalen Hurts. And I hope to God that he has more weeks like he had in week 1 than what he had in week 2.
Yep.
But the bottom line is, to answer Eric's question, they were trying to get open. But the bottom line is, Hurts can't go past his first read if his first read is covered. He can't throw guys open. And in a way, I feel bad for Sirianni. Because if you had a quarterback that could go to that second read, or if you had a guy that could maybe throw some of your guys open every once in a while, maybe Sirianni's game plan and his play calling would have looked better yesterday.
I agree.
The tight ends and the running backs weren't anywhere because tight ends and running backs tend to be security blankets. A running back is either a part of the game plan by A, running the football, or B, because he can create his own space, go open during screens, and just have explosive plays. When it comes to the tight end, unless you're Travis Kelce, you're not going to get game planned around.
No.
That's when that's when you're the second and third read. So tight ends might be blanketed the whole season if he can't find a second or third read.
Yeah, man, I agree 100%. Back to what I was saying, not to change subjects a little bit, but I think the key of beating Dallas so far is just, for me to agree this poll, I would need to see more, but I'll have to say disagree, honestly. I think they might let us down just because the fact that it's away and Dak's playing pretty well for the most part, and the run offense looking real good. I mean, it's way better than whatever the 49ers had. They were playing with 4th, 5th string players. And it really just all depends on our offense, obviously, and our defensive line. If our defensive line can get to Dak, it'll be a closer game, but if we can't, it's going to be a blowout. I honestly think it's going to be a blowout. If they can't get Dak, they don't have at least 3 sacks during that game and at least 10 more pressures. You're not going to win that game at all.
Yeah. Dude,
Because when we were disagreeing it, I see Chucks was in the chat. We were all disagreeing whether we think that Darius Slay is that guy, Steven Nelson, who gave up that atrocious. I know things happen, but
that was a third
where
down
the
play
hell was
that
he? He was
was
getting a little confused there.
here's the
He was getting a little
he
confused.
I think they were in a cover 3 scheme and he was expecting to cover the deep ball, but when you're 3rd and 5, you got to cover the sticks. You have to.
Yeah.
And that
Yep.
was the one play that I saw from Steven Nelson yesterday that I could criticize. Other than that, he's been the best corner over the past 2 weeks. He's made every single tackle.
Mm-hmm. But I mean,
that was one of the really bad plays that he's had.
Can he continue that going against a good offense? We'll see next week.
I think Jalen Hurts played. All right, so week 1, I think he had an A performance. Week 2, C- at best. I would even go towards a D+. I really would. It's inexcusable to throw a 91-yard completion on a drive and come out of the drive with no points. It's inexcusable. And yeah, you could say Sirianni needed to go for the points. Sirianni was playing around with the Falcons last week. That's why he wasn't going for the points. And the fact that the first 2 times when he did decide to go for points, that shows me that he is making the right decisions. And then that one wrong decision where he decided to gamble, everybody's going to throw it on Sirianni instead of throwing it at the quarterback that we've all been praising all offseason. Bottom line is you're on the 6-yard line. You have 4 opportunities to punch it in. You're supposedly a run-first quarterback. Make something happen, dude.
Yeah.
Don't keep looking at Devontae Smith.
I saw his eyes. He was honestly looking at Smith the whole game.
He was.
And that's why
It's so
Smith
predictable.
wasn't getting a lot of receptions because they were either, number one, they were either double teaming him or the corner was just watching Jalen Hurts' eyes. That's what he does a lot. I think that's one of his issues. And yet again, it's only his first year actually being a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And you'll have growing pains with that, but it's all about just getting better. I know like everyone's saying this, that they learn from this loss, which they will, honestly. I think Sirianni will learn from it. And
Yeah.
I mean, just overall, it's a whole young team, the whole young coaches, young players, all this. I'm not too worried at all. But if players like BG, Brandon Brooks, who's out for maybe a few games.
Brooks? I'm done with Brooks.
Brooks has
Get him
been
the
hurt.
fuck
He's
out of
made
here,
of glass. He's literally Carson Wentz.
You had to say it. Like people want to shit on this dude on our guy number 11, right? When there's maybe 4 other guys on this roster that's been here since Wentz that have been worse than Wentz, that haven't been on the field.
No, dude, I know.
And I wasn't going to bring him up. I wasn't. But Mr. Wing wanted to bring him up right away with the shovel pass interception. Bottom line is Carson puts up 24 points against one of the best defenses in the league. What does Jalen Hurts do? Put up 3? And the only reason why you scored that last touchdown is because they're playing a soft zone and you're just running down the field because you're fast and you do a lot of squats. You guys are going to make me hate this dude. But trust me, I want him to succeed so that we have 3 defensive first-round draft picks next year. But if he doesn't succeed, we got to waste all those picks for another fucking quarterback.
Yep. I agree, man. Damn, Mr. Winks is ruthless. He's a menace. He is a menace.
Frank agrees to the poll. Look, here's the bottom line. Yes, it is a learning experience loss. Yes, Nick Sirianni wasn't going to be fucking perfect in his coaching career. But the bottom line is this learning loss could have happened when you play against the Chiefs or the Buccaneers. It didn't have to happen against an overrated as hell 49ers team. It didn't have to happen against this team. You let this game slip away.
Yep.
You let a wonderful performance by your defense fall through your fingers. And by the way, those 2 defensive drives, the defensive line was doing all they could.
Yeah.
It was the secondary that was getting toasted. Yeah. I need big play Slay. I need big play Slay to stop acting like average play Slay. I really do.
Dude, we talked about it last week, and it's funny because everyone wants to put to light that we only let them score 17 points. Yet again, it's an average offense. And I think you're completely right. I don't even see I see them not even being close to winning the division, the 49ers. I see them being third in the division, maybe a wild card spot. I really don't see them doing that great this year. So our secondary has to step up. Darius Slay he's getting paid, I'm pretty sure, top 5 cornerback money. One interception is never okay for a top 5.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting like Pete was saying, I was expecting it to be Jalen Ramsey. Like I'm asking you to be at least Russell Douglas. Like at least show us something. Can we get
Yeah.
one takeaway? We didn't get one takeaway the whole game.
Yeah. I know.
And there's been
and you needed
chances.
one.
There was chances in the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
There was like 2 or 3 missed interceptions that were in their hands. And another thing I wanted to bring up is Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, learn how to catch a fucking ball, man. You're in the fucking NFL for a reason. Do you want to get paid? Do you want to get paid so you can just suck like Darius Slay? Come on. I know you want to get paid. Just be able to catch a ball, please.
And we'll see if they pay him. We will. But
I hope not. I think Kenny Gainwell, he's not. I don't necessarily. I think he will be a. I don't think he'll necessarily be a running back 1, but he'll share time with somebody like just a bigger
and he's
guy.
sure-handed.
Yeah, he's gonna be that
Like
Darren
if you would,
Sproles guy.
if you would have got Javonte Williams, and if you would have got any of those running backs in the second, any of those top 6 running backs in the second round, I would have been delighted.
Yeah.
Delighted.
Yeah.
But you got to steal in Gainwell. He could pair up with Sanders this year. We'll see what happens when Sanders' contract comes up, but that's something for the offseason. We still got a lot of football to go. Like we said, I don't want to overreact to this game because games like this are going to happen.
Yep.
And I'm not the one that's bringing up Wentz for all you people in the comments. You guys were the one that brought up Wentz. I was just going to stick with our Eagles. It seems like you guys have a bigger obsession than I do. It's true.
Oh, jeez.
Like, I'm not talking about any other quarterback. I don't care about any other quarterback. I care about our quarterback. I care about our offense. I care about our offensive scheme. I care about our defensive scheme. I care about what our incompetent general manager does. I don't care about Zach Wilson. I don't care about Trevor Lawrence. Let them thrive in New York. Let them thrive in Jacksonville. I don't care. What I saw was our quarterback put up 3 points yesterday. 3.
Yeah. And man, it is only his second start of the year.
You know what?
Second, huh?
That's irrelevant. That is irrelevant because all you guys built this guy up to be the next Russell Wilson. Has Russell Wilson ever had a game like that?
No. Oh, in the beginning of his career, I'm sure of it, Jimmy. I'm sure he's had games like that in the beginning of his career. Yo, Steve.
Steve, we appreciate the super chat. We appreciate any of your super chats. It's greatly appreciated. Steve says, I know it's way too early, but you think we draft a quarterback and what college QBs are looking nice to you guys?
Rattler.
Yeah, I mean, you got Rattler from Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure the Alabama quarterback will be staying another year or two. Bottom line is, I don't want a quarterback from the draft. If it comes down to that, my main priority is to develop Jalen Hurts. If that means he's going to have games like this, he's going to have games like this. It's just that simple. It sucks because you have a team that you've built for him this year. And I don't care what anybody says. There is no rebuilding in the NFL. It's a week-to-week game. You take each game week by week. There's no rebuilding because at any given moment, a team can upset another team. Look at what happened the year we won the Super Bowl. We were supposed to be, 6 wins? 6-10? 7-9?
Yeah, we had what were 7-9 the year before that. I think we were just predicted to get the same record we had before because, to be honest, To be honest, we really didn't do. We didn't really do much besides get who we get. LeGarrette Blount.
Well, you got
That 1
so
year.
Howie just destroyed the draft that year
Yeah.
because you only drafted one Pro Bowler since Carson Wentz in 2016. You added a lot of people in free agency. You added LeGarrette Blount. You added Alshon. You added Torrey Smith. You added Jay Ajayi halfway through the year. You got obviously Nick Foles as a backup. You got Patrick Robinson on the defensive side of the ball. You signed Rodney.
Yep.
I think Darby was that year as well. I'm not sure about Darby.
It just seems to me that
Chris Long.
Howie is way better at picking up players in free agency than he is at drafting.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's why I was so excited about this year, because it had sprinkles, it had hopes and dreams of what happened in 2017. Mr. Wing, I'll get to your super chat in a second, but to just finish off Steve's question, I want to build up Jalen Hurts around this team, around this system. We'll see what happens after 17 games. If not, I say you try and do whatever you can to try and trade for Rodgers. Because Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. I'm dead serious. Everybody can give me that look all you want. I want Aaron Rodgers. And then you can maybe draft a quarterback in the second, third round, have him get groomed by Rodgers, and then he could come in and save the day. I don't know.
Jimmy, my only rebuttal to that is there's actually a few. He's a big baby. And what happened last time that Rodgers got a drafted quarterback in the second round? What happened?
All right, but he would come
He
into
bitched and moaned.
He would come into this organization knowing that he has the offensive line built around him. He has extremely young wide receivers that are on the come up around him. He has two great tight ends that are around him. And if you want us to sign or draft another receiver for you, here, we have 3 first-round draft picks. Or I guess if you trade for him, you won't have at least 2 of them. But you could figure something out.
On that?
I don't know. I mean, you drafted Hurts to be the backup quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Originally, we were supposed to have him be the backup quarterback because we needed a backup quarterback in the last 3 times we were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's what Howie said.
Yeah. Guys, if I disappear in the next 10 seconds, it's because I got to switch over Wi-Fi platform. So Evan will take over the boat for a quick second.
Mine, it says mine's on the bottom too. So the Flight Zone boys, there's a Wi-Fi gate. Oh, Jimmy's pause. All right. Wow. I think he's gone. I'm not sure.
All right.
Oh, there's 2 Jimmys.
I'm here. I'm back. All right. First of all, who just hit that ball to the wall? Was that Bryce? Yep.
Not even.
Yeah, we're gonna lose to the Orioles today. We are going to lose to the Orioles today.
This is the most Philly thing I've ever encountered. They go in. Why?
I don't know.
I just think that yesterday was probably one of the worst sports days for me in a very long time. In a very long time. First of all, back to Frank, what Frank said, I did get McAdooed. I did get McAdooed by 70 points. But
yeah.
Also the Phillies lost and then the Eagles lost. So yesterday just wasn't. And then you got the stock market pretty much crashing today. So not a good day. Not a good 2-day stretch. And the Phillies are about to lose.
And the way the Phillies lost yesterday was just so painful. It was so painful.
I thought it was going to be a home run by Bryce, but they might as well just give him the MVP trophy if he would have hit that home run. But
yeah, it would be Rodgers versus Howie. Howie going to take his ego.
Yeah, I mean, if he couldn't take Wentz's supposed ego, which I don't think he really had,
So we're
He wouldn't even know what to do with Rodgers.
So we're actually saying that Jeffrey Lurie has this much of a bond to Howie Roseman that he would choose the last 3 or 4 years of Aaron Rodgers' greatness. He would choose Howie over that? Because if that's the case, people need to get checked.
I think Rodgers is done.
I don't think he's done, dude.
I think he's done, dude.
It was one game. He was MVP season last year. And he got beat out by Tom Brady and his Pro Bowlers in the NFC Championship game last year.
He's done, dude.
He's not done.
Good. He has 3 touchdowns, but he also like the two touchdowns he scored were little dump passes. I don't count those.
Dude, he's gonna win the game. It's the Lions. I'm sorry, Don, but he's gonna win the game.
That's all right. He's not gonna win, so it doesn't matter. But okay, I want to ask you a question actually about that. If he was to get traded, what top 3 teams do you think would be in contention of getting him?
Fuck.
I was talking about this earlier with my dad. I said,
well, it's not San Francisco
maybe
anymore.
Washington.
Washington could be in the hunt, but it's not San Francisco anymore because I don't think he would go to a team with Trey Lance.
No.
So probably Denver would be one of those, right?
Yep. But wouldn't he want to go to a team that would be able to win?
I mean, Denver has a lot of young pieces in that. They got Judy, they got Sutton, they got Tim Patrick, Javonte Williams. They got a decent offensive line, and their defense is very young and very fast and very they perform well. I think Carolina, don't count out the chance at Carolina. Matt Rule's doing something special with them. Phillies just legitimately lost to the Baltimore Orioles.
Yep. I was thinking Miami too. I mean, unless I could probably see it happening if Tua has another injury after his rib injury. I think that Miami might come to a close with him. Like, yeah. The Phillies suck, man. I can't even think straight of them losing.
Nitro, you're such a freaking troll, dude. Harper has one bad game over the past 60 games, and now we're starting to quit. This is what's wrong with some of the fans in Philadelphia. This is why people come at us and say that we're the worst fans ever, because of fans like Nitro. Are you joking right now?
It's trolling.
I hope to God he's trolling. I really do. By the way, Tua got destroyed on that hit. Got absolutely annihilated.
Pancaked.
He literally got planted into the ground.
Yeah.
The ball went to the warning track in the 9th inning. How about the people in front of him get a hit? How about that? How about somebody else step up for a game? How about your $100 million catcher step up for a game? How about Andrew McCutchen with his fake-ass numbers, 25 home runs, 70-something RBIs? How about you step up in the clutch? How about your leadoff hitter, Odubel Herrera? Oh, wait, all these guys fucking suck because of Matt Klentak. And we're going to waste Bryce Harper's MVP year. That's what's going to happen.
Damn. Go off, Jim. You tell him.
I just don't have the patience today.
No.
I don't. What do I think Aaron Rodgers is going to do here? I think he's not going to put up 3 points going into the last 5 minutes of a home opener. Maybe he'll do it on the road in a week 1 game like he did last week, but he definitely for sure won't do it in a home opener. And he for sure will put up points on the board if he throws a 91-yard reception on the drive. I think he'll do that. I think he will have the ability to go past his first read. I think he'll have the ability to throw the football if he's rolling out to his left. I don't think he'll be able to do 600-pound squats. But is a 600-pound squat going to get you a Super Bowl ring?
He's got to cut his man bun, dude. He's got whatever he's got going on there. There's actually a commercial I was watching had Devontae Smith in it, and it had the first guy was Aaron Rodgers. I swear, I thought it was just some random guy. Like It just looked like some random homeless guy. But am I freezing up right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Damn.
It's all good. Wi-Fi gate.
Yeah.
The world's
someone's
against
fucking
us,
with us.
Evan.
Someone's fucking with us. Always the Flight Zone boys having technical issues. Always.
I mean, you got Macca, dude. I went
Yeah,
I went 4-0 in fantasy this week. I'm so happy. That's the one great thing that happened to me this weekend. I went to New York Friday night to watch the Phillies Mets at Citi Field. It took me 4 hours to get from Queens to Staten Island. Public transportation. I advise people to not move to New York City. Don't even touch it. Don't even think about it.
Don't even go there.
Like, I understand why those people are miserable 24/7. Oh, Mr. Wing.
Mr. Wing, thank you for the $5 donation.
Yeah, Wentz. And if you want to super chat anything involving Carson Wentz troll, we're all for it. Bring it at me. I'll answer it. I don't care. Damn. Molly Mall, I'll get to you in a sec. How did the Rams look? I still don't trust your boy Stafford until he wins a playoff game. I think the Rams look great.
Yeah.
I think Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Van Jefferson. I know Sony Michel had a couple breakout runs late in that fourth quarter with him with Darrell Henderson.
Yeah.
That team's looking scary. And, of course, their defense. They got the best corner, and they got the best defensive lineman in the game.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens with them. But I think they look great. No, Son, if you were listening to what I was saying, I say that if there's ever a 91-yard completion on a drive, quarterback B, being Aaron Rodgers, would make sure that we score on that position. There's no excuse for an offense to not be able to score when you have a 91-yard play. There's none. You can blame the play calling all you want. You can blame the head coach all you want. At the what are you doing? Who is that? Is that Stafford?
Yep.
Are you like a closeted Lions fan?
Yeah, dude. Don. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope Don's still in the chat. I know he was there earlier. We'll see if he's still there.
Yeah. I used to be. Matt Stafford fan.
Molly, I still don't know what kind of Cowboy fan you are. I would need to observe you more in the chats. I don't know if you're on your high horse after winning that game yesterday, which congratulations. A win's a win. A loss is a loss at the end of the day. I don't want to trash talk at all until Monday night. But after a full analysis of yesterday's Cowboys game, there's no reason why you guys should have won that game. None whatsoever. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens Monday night. Maybe Hurts will have a bounce back game. Maybe Sirianni will have a bounce back game with the play calling, but I still don't think Sirianni's most to blame. I think it falls on Jalen Hurts.
Really, I think it falls on just everybody. I think there's not necessarily even distribution, but I think more on Hurts. And I think, it's more Hurts Sirianni than anybody else, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think every Eagles fan would agree with me with saying that, but we'll see how they come back next week. We will actually be live in the show.
Yeah.
So you guys better pop out.
Yeah, live reaction next week. So
yep.
You guys can see firsthand how I watch an Eagles game. You can see firsthand how Evan watches an Eagles game.
Oh, dude, it will be
firsthand
loud.
All of our bickering that we do at each other. It probably would have been a lot better if, just for entertainment purposes, if Carson Wentz was still the quarterback, because Evan would be saying something every single play.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, it would be. It really would be.
But it's time to move on. So we'll see what happens with Hurts. Mm-hmm. It seems like Evan and I are on the same page when it comes to Hurts, which,
yep.
It's the right way, but.
The right way, baby. You know the vibes. That's an Easter egg. Nobody knows.
Yeah, that Philly special was I
I
I don't know
don't know.
what the hell that was. I really don't.
Like I could have. I actually saw that. I saw that coming. I really did. As soon as I saw it flip to another player, I knew something was up.
You know, all of these excuses sound very familiar. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm 3 points. Well, will be 17 points if Rager doesn't stupidly step out of bounds and Sirianni play calling at the goal line. Is that Hurt's fault? These excuses sound very familiar. Yeah, dude. I don't know why you're a closeted Lions fan. That's just disgusting. Did you like Big
No.
Play Slay when he was making big plays in Detroit?
Yeah, it's a Slate jersey. It's back when he had actual interceptions. What do you have? 8 in a season? He had 8 in a season at once.
Yeah, Jay. Should have at least gave Goddard a shot on a fade 50-50 throw it ball. All right. Here's my analysis of Jalen Hurts compared to Carson Wentz so far. One quarterback tried to do way too much, and another quarterback is giving me Ben Simmons-ish vibes. And let me explain. He is afraid to fail. He's afraid to fail. I truly believe that. I truly see that once that first read isn't there, he's afraid to look and go for a chance per se that our other quarterback would have done. And God forbid he go through the third read. And he doesn't even know how to go to a security blanket right yet.
Yeah.
The security blanket is almost as basic as taking a jump shot in the NBA. His main thing is tuck the ball and run to the right. That's what happened in the Cowboys game. They figured him out. One of the worst defenses in league history figured him out because he kept on doing the same exact thing, tucking the ball, running to the right. So what happened in the first half of the Redskins game last year, week 17, tucking the ball, going to the right. And yes, he did almost have a great comeback against the Arizona Cardinals. He did adjust in the second half. But that first half, they were playing him to tuck the ball, run to the right. He needs to stop doing the same shit.
Now, do you think it's just? Do you think that these guys were actually open? There was other options that were open before, because I wasn't at the game, and I didn't really see too much coverage. I actually listened to it mostly, but what was there? No one open? Like, what was happening?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. And
I know Dallas Goedert had one catch, and maybe Zach Ertz got a ball thrown to him. They didn't catch it.
These tight ends aren't going to be doing anything if Jalen Hurts plays the way he played in week 2, because plays aren't going to be called for those two guys to be the first read. They're going to be.
Smith is going to be.
He's going to be that first read guy.
Yeah.
And it's going to go down to the dink and duck screen passes that San Francisco did a great job on yesterday that Atlanta couldn't handle. They couldn't handle it against for the regular touchdown. They couldn't handle it on the first 3 passes against Watkins.
Yep.
It seems like in order for this team to succeed so far, and this is only through 2 games. This is through his 5th game of his career. But it seems like he needs an excellent head coach to scheme these guys open for him to put up numbers and for us to win football games. And that's not going to work out. It really isn't. And we can bitch and moan all day that our last quarterback could never stay healthy. Availability is the best ability. But if you're a quarterback in the NFL and you need your head coaches to scheme guys open for you 100% of the time, you're going to have issues, dude. We're going to have big issues. And that's why both of us said for 5 months now, it's going to come down to Jalen Hurts and Jalen Hurts' growth and whether he can live up to the expectations that's given to him.
Nope, for sure. For sure. And I just think that I don't think we should really overreact to what's happening, because this did happen last year. In that Dallas game where we only scored 10 points or 3 points or 13 points, something like that. But he definitely needs to go through his options and not be afraid to throw the ball, but at the same time be smart about it. That's why quarterbacks like Watson was doing so well. He was able to be mobile, but also look at other options on the field he had.
Yeah. Yeah. And the Eagles wanted Watson because they knew Watson can be a difference maker on this team. But yeah, Watson didn't want to come here.
No.
So the rumors were real. It's just Watson would have said no to us.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Nitro. I mean, I put a lot of things on Howie Roseman. I think a lot of people are arguing the same exact thing. We're just arguing for different quarterbacks or different situations.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom line is whether you like his free agency signings or not, whether you like his cap genius skills or not, there's no reason why Howie Roseman should still be a part of this freaking organization right now.
I agree.
You need to start over. You need to have a president of football operations running your football team right now. A guy that is a football guy, not a numbers guy, not a freaking nerd that got a 4.0 at Cal Berkeley or Princeton or Yale or wherever the hell he went. You need a guy that has been doing football his whole life, like a Nick Sirianni, maybe a guy that's a little bit more experienced, but a guy like Nick Sirianni, maybe 10 years older, to start running this football team, putting football players on the field, not putting Davion Taylors on the field, not putting number 19s on the field. Like, it's a wonder why they kept him on the field because Jalen will never get to the fourth progression. So no wonder why they kept him on the field because they need an extra blocker for the kid. It's not a knock on Jalen. It's just he doesn't have the skill yet.
Mm-hmm. And how much time would you be willing to give him? Because I don't think Philly media will not give him more than a year.
I won't give him more than a year. Let's look at the schedule because I know after Dallas, I know we hate to say must wins week 3, week 2, week 4, week 1, but this is almost a must win with the schedule that you have coming up.
Yep.
You need to be able to beat a division foe that has proven to be inconsistent with the roster that they've had. You have to, especially with the performance that you put on yesterday, where you let the game slip away.
Yeah.
All right. After the Cowboys, they have home against the Chiefs. So if you don't win tomorrow, you're probably going to be 1-3. Right?
Yep.
And then you have at Carolina. Carolina's looking really good. That could be a game that you easily lose.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a toss-up. You could easily be 1-4. And then Tampa Bay comes in on a short week. You could be 1-5. And then if the Raiders continue to play the way they're playing, that's your next game at Vegas. You could be 1-6. You could easily be 1-6.
Jesus. Yeah. And I think every single game is a must-win game in the NFL. There's only 16 games. This isn't the MLB or the NBA or NHL where there's almost 100 games a year.
Yeah.
Which aren't necessarily all must-win. But I just think that when you're so close in a division that's really bad, I feel like every game it's must-win, you know?
Yeah. The problem is if Hurts doesn't pan out, what's up, Pete? There isn't a quick fix to another franchise quarterback. This draft isn't the draft for QBs and no free agent quarterbacks. It's true. So you're going to have to do what the Rams did. Now, is there a guy like Matthew Stafford that you could find for the cheap? Or maybe one of those first-round picks?
No. No way. No way.
Well, I don't know, dude. You got probably none of the quarterbacks in the NFC West will be available because that's Wilson, Garoppolo or I don't want Garoppolo. I'd rather have Hurts. Garoppolo or Lance, Stafford, and then Kyler. So none of those guys will be available.
Yeah.
If you go to the maybe Derek Carr, if the Raiders spiral out, maybe.
Mm.
But once again, he's never been in a playoff game before. At least Stafford touched the playoffs with the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like our situation is better than their situation right now.
Absolutely not. No.
You got Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, the only realistic thing that I could see is if shit goes south for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks, or if Aaron Rodgers ends up choosing us.
Yeah. I don't think it. I think another option for Rodgers would be the Saints, because you really never know with Winston. Winston is good one week and then he puts up another shitter and throws 3 interceptions. So if he turns inconsistent again, I think the Saints might be in a running for him for Rodgers also. But I mean, I can't really think. Maybe if the Titans do really bad, someone like Tannehill. Like I really don't know.
That's not going to improve your team.
No, it's
It
not.
won't. So Pete is 100% right. You
Yep.
put all of your eggs in the Jalen Hurts basket. You did. Shit could have been a lot smoother if you figured it out in the last regime with a Super Bowl winning coach and a guy that damn near led you to a Super Bowl victory.
Yep. I mean, you have Gardner Minshew, maybe. Joe Flacco.
A lot of people have a lot of faith in the poll, and that does bring us to the poll for the day. And if you've been with us, if you've been rocking with us, make sure you hit that like, hit the bell for notifications whenever we go live. We got 17 shows every single night on this fabulous radio network. Check us out. All right. And the poll is the Eagles will make us forget about their home opening performance and beat the Cowboys on Monday Night Football in Week 3. Agree or disagree? It seems like 65-35 right now. 65% are agreeing, 35% saying no.
Yep.
You said really disagree, right?
I said disagree just because of the fact that if our defense doesn't show up, I think it'll be a lost cause. Even though that Dallas has way worse of it. It's weird because can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I was making sure. But I just think it's so weird because the 49ers and the Cowboys are two very different teams. One's good on the offensive side and one's really shit on the defensive side, whereas they're both flip-flopped. So I just think that if Eagles can take their opportunities and execute them well enough, I think they'll be fine. I think it'll be a closer game, but if they can't and they put up another 10-point, 11-point game, that's just not enough to beat the Cowboys. Not enough. I think they'll get 40 dropped on them if they can't stop Dak.
I do agree with you. And to add on to it, and to add on to Matt, the defense is still pitiful for the Cowboys. It really is. There is still nothing special about them. You got Micah Parsons lining up in the neutral zone. Mm-hmm. Some people were saying he was the best defensive player in the draft. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But their defense is still pitiful. I think Sirianni can scheme out a hell of a game plan. He showed it in his first ever coaching, in his first ever game where he did play calling. Mm-hmm. So I have all the faith that he'll be able to scheme out a good game plan against this team, against this horrid, wretched defense.
Yeah.
And if the defense plays the way they played against San Francisco, I don't know.
Yeah.
And if you give us a big play, if you give us a turnover, which we haven't had since 2018, maybe we can win the game.
Yep.
By the way,
Chevy, the only thing I have to say about that, you just lost your edge rusher.
I was about to say.
Shout out to Brandon Parsons. You lost Sean Lee. Like, the defense didn't get much better at all. They didn't get too much better at all. And there's some guys that are hurt on and taking roids on the Cowboys. So I don't know where that's going to lead to when it comes to matchups, but like I can see it going really either way. It just depends all up on Jalen Hurts and Sirianni,
Yeah.
and if the corners can stop getting penalties or just the whole defense,
Just
stupid
stupid penalties.
penalties.
Stupid
Yeah.
penalties. It's been like what happened yesterday. I feel like I was watching a game from last year. Like nothing has changed with this team.
Mm-hmm.
But then week 1 happens, and we're all elated and gleeful and joyful. Rightfully
Yep.
so. It was the first time we had fun in 2 years.
Yep.
And shout out to BG. BG, man. We just lost the heart and soul of our team. I hope it's a speedy recovery. He's one of those guys that have always been on the field since that Super Bowl. He fought his way to the top. Everybody was saying that he was going to be a bust, our first round pick, but he proved everybody wrong. He was obviously a big part of our Super Bowl victory. It's going to be a huge loss that he's not with us for the rest of the season. Hopefully it's a speedy recovery and he'll be back stronger and better than ever next year.
Yep.
But it's time for the next guy to step up. And Derek Barnett did the complete opposite of stepping up.
Yep.
Literally
Hurt us.
Cost us at least a chance at coming back.
Mm-hmm.
At least a chance.
Yep.
I say there's two main things or two main people and then things that cost us that game yesterday. It was Jalen Hurts' inability to be a quarterback in the NFL. That was number one, and by far number one. And the defense not giving us a turnover. Turnovers win football games.
Mm-hmm. And I want to add some. I just think that whole game yesterday was like a flip-flop. So the Eagles I think even though the Eagles were losing in that first half, they were the better team that first half.
Oh, for sure.
And the reason why they weren't winning is just lack of execution. And then when you look at the second half, it was the opposite. When the 49ers had their chance to score, they scored. Even though it was a defensive game, it was 17 points. But when they had their chance, they executed it and they did what they had to do. And it all comes down to execution.
Uh-huh.
Shanahan is obviously a better coach than Sirianni is.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I don't think the run game was executed very well. I think I want to see a little bit more about Miles Sanders. I don't think he got as many touches as I thought he would. But, like, the running game wasn't terrible in the first half. And in the second half, they were getting real, like, antsy and wanted to pass the ball. And it came back to bite them.
Yep. Ralphie, I'm down bad right now. Yeah, I might win. I might go 4-0 in all my fantasy leagues, but I traded Aaron Jones to my co-host here for Saquon Barkley, Justin Jefferson, and Naheem Hines on Saturday morning.
You do that?
Honestly, dude, I don't know.
Saquon he's not the same player. Justin Jefferson shares time. I don't think he's wide receiver one.
I'm down bad. He has 3 touchdowns right now. 3 touchdowns.
Give me him, baby. Give me him.
And guess who I dropped? I dropped Henry Ruggs and Tony Pollard to complete the trade. Henry Ruggs dropped 22 points. Tony Pollard dropped 23. Look, folks, this is why you don't trade on a Saturday morning in fantasy football. I'll admit, I fucked up.
Oh, Steve with the extra 5, man.
Steve's coming in clutch right now. By the way, Brooks will be back, so I'm not worried about that. The only thing I am worried about is if he stays on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, we appreciate you, brother. We really do.
Yep.
I'm not trying to overreact. I want Hurts to be good, but y'all got to check out Matt Corral from Ole Miss and Rattler. Would be nice, but Sam Howell sucks. I mean that is another option. If Hurts does shit the bed this year, and I don't even want to put this bad juju out in the air,
No,
but we have to
absolutely
talk about it after the performance that he had yesterday. Yes, I do think he's going to bounce back. No, I don't think he's going to have another game where we only have 3 points going into the last 5 minutes of the game.
Mhm.
However, he has done it before. This is the third time he's done this shit, where he's fucking balled out in one game, and then the very next, defenses scheme him out.
Yep.
He needs to stop relying on Nick Sirianni scheming guys open 100% of the plays.
Mhm.
But yeah, I guess we can check out some of the good quarterbacks in college football this year. And if one of them do catch our eye, whether it's Rattler, Coral, who I've never even heard of Coral, but
Wow.
I think Rattler is going to be the number one prospect quarterback wise.
Mhm.
If you do use one of those draft picks on Rattler, you could use the other two on a defensive lineman and a corner, or a linebacker and a corner. But you got to go at least 2 defenders in this draft this year. You have to,
Mhm.
if you keep all 3 picks.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, linebacker is it's going to be very important if we can get one in the first or second round. But like we'll see with the Wentz situation and see if we can get that pick. Like even if not, we still need something in the second round. We can't have another thing that happened with Taylor. We need a linebacker that can
Yeah.
who is our last good linebacker? I don't even want to say that it was Bradham because Bradham was just okay. Maybe Hicks and
Probably
Kendricks.
that's slop. They're slop. It was probably
Hicks
D'Amico
was
Ryans.
leading the league in tackles the year after we traded him, but okay,
He
the
was always
last
hurt. He was always hurt.
yeah
It was probably D'Amico Ryans.
yeah
And he was
you're right.
on the tail end of his career, and he just destroyed Jalen Hurts yesterday in his second
Yeah.
ever game that he ever defensive coordinated.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about that. We're all giving him the excuse that freaking Hurts was in his 6th start. You're talking about a 49ers defense that had guys dropping like flies. You had a defensive coordinator in his second ever game that he's ever coached.
Mm-hmm.
He outperformed you. Second time the dude's ever coached, D'Amico Ryans.
Mm-hmm.
With a defense that's been dropping like flies.
Yep.
Wake up. Jalen Hurts is not our savior. Not yet, at least. Stop putting all these expectations on him.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, son, it is the 3rd time. I could argue it's the 4th time. Balled out against the Saints. What happened the next game? You go down early against the Cardinals. He has a Dak Prescott-esque game. Goes down early, and then he stat pads the rest of the game, and you end up coming up short. That's what happened in that Cardinals game. I don't want to hear that was his best game. I don't. His best game was against the Saints. Second best game was against the Falcons this year. Don't get me started on best games that people lost. So what? That was the first time? Okay, yeah. He balls out against the Cardinals, and then he comes in hot against the Cowboys. Cowboys adjust to him in the second half, and he puts up 3 points against the worst defense in league history in 3 quarters. That's the second time, son. And this was the 3rd time. San 8. I don't know. Tell me how to pronounce your name. I don't know. I'm sorry, dude. And then it happens yesterday, where you have a career game in week 1, and then week 2, you shit the bed against a defense that's dropping like flies.
Yep.
Enough. I'm done with it. He's either good or he's not. I'll react when he's good. I'll react like I want to be on the freaking Hurts wagon when he's good. And when he has games like that, like he did yesterday, I'm going to criticize him. And I don't care what anybody thinks.
Yep.
I'm not going to let this guy either A, fall apart because we put too many expectations on him, like we do with every other guy in this town. But I'm also going to open my eyes and realize that just because somebody is good to begin with doesn't mean he's going to be our franchise, like we did with Ben Simmons, like we did with Carson Wentz.
Yep. I just think that the most healthy thing that Eagles fans can do right now is go in with no expectations for the team. at the end of the day, we were only projected to win 4 games this year, which may happen, might not happen. I don't see it happening particularly, but we do have one of the hardest, easiest schedules, I think, that one of the
That has
worst
ever come
teams.
up. Yeah.
We have one of the hardest, easiest schedules. But just going with no expectations at all. That's the best thing you can really do. That's what I've been starting to do with the Phillies. To me, the Phillies are just as good as the Orioles right now, even though they're just getting lucky. Don't even give me that face, Jimmy. They just lost. They just put up 0 points.
I'm not talking. I'm not. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
You know,
By the way, Mr. Wink, we traded Hicks because he was injury prone. So we'll
which
see what
happens
happens.
that dude. All our linebackers we've ever had have had constant injuries.
I mean,
Constant.
we traded Aguilar because he was ass. What's happened the past 2 years or year and 2 weeks? He's balled out.
Yep.
Maybe we should start looking at the organization instead of the players, and that's about a certain person in Indianapolis as well. But we'll go back to that. Hawk 215. I know that's an area code for Philly.
That's Philly.
Tony Pollard is better than Miles Sanders, and he is our. So you're claiming to be a Cowboys dude. You're a creep. If you're actually from Philly, you're a creep. You
His
are.
daddy was a bandwagon.
You're a creep. I want to get back to San. Evan, did I or did I not say that the Saints start was his first start? And then the previous week was that Arizona game where they figured him out. That was, in retrospect, being the first time that he got figured out. It shouldn't take 1 week for a team to figure you out because they only have one thing of film on you.
Mm-hmm. Was it? Did they play after? I thought Arizona was the game after the Saints.
No, it was the Saints, Cardinals, Cowboys. Or it could have been the Saints, Cowboys, Cardinals. But I know the Saints were first.
The Cowboys were last.
No, the
I think
Redskins were last.
the Cowboys were last because it just went. Yeah.
All right. Either way, you still got figured out in the Cowboys game.
Yep.
And you got figured out in the Cardinals game.
Mm-hmm. That's when he had that safety, right?
Against
the Cardinals. That's what kind of lost us that game.
Yeah.
Or in the beginning
yeah.
of the game that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cox is straight trash. Nobody can tell me different. Fletcher Cox is an interesting subject. I think that, yes, he does bring a lot of attention, and he does open up plays for guys like Hassan Ridgeway and Javon Hargrave. But he's another one that he needs to start making plays like he did in the beginning of his career. Because at the end of the day, the plays aren't being made. Mm-hmm. You could say that he does stuff that's not going to show up on the stat sheet all you want. And I think a lot of Philadelphia agrees with this point. And I'm still huge on Fletcher Cox. I'll defend Fletcher Cox till the day I die. But either A, he's too old and he can't do it anymore, or B, he just needs to get his head out of his ass and start saying that this is my defense. It's time for me to start carrying. Because you know damn well average play Slay isn't going to be making any plays.
No. And honestly, I'm not going to compare him because I think Cox is doing a better job. But you're right. I'm not seeing too much production from Cox. There's a few plays where he wasn't getting double teamed and he was just getting, like against Arizona. I don't think he didn't have a sack. He was close, but he's just been close and not really getting a sack.
Yeah.
That's all I've been seeing from him the last few weeks, and I don't
know. Yeah. Yeah, Rob. It's pretty funny to think about, isn't it? Why are we arguing Hurts? And then Mr. Wing just goes on a tangent about shit that Carson's done. Okay. How did AZ figure him out? I mean, when you're down by double digits, the team tends to go into a soft zone. That's how he scored yesterday. That's how he had, 75 rushing yards in the last possession in that game yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, stop, dude. Stop defending him. Stop. Because the same thing's going to happen to the last guy. There's going to be a team Hurts, and then there's going to be a team anti-Hurts. Why can't we just realize that it's okay if this guy isn't the answer? It's not his fault. He was drafted to be a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I hope to God I'm wrong. I'm going to keep on saying it. Because if we spend 3 first-round draft picks on defense next year, and Hurts can be that guy that can get out of his first read, that isn't afraid to run to his left, this franchise is set up.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
Look, Kayvon says it best. He had a very, very bad game. It's okay to criticize him. Are we going to give him the Ben Simmons treatment where we're not allowed to criticize him? Are we going to give him the Carson Wentz treatment where we're not allowed to criticize him? Or are we allowed to criticize him and see what happens the next week? Because the same guys that got on the Wentz people are doing the same exact thing for Jalen Hurts right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very hypocritical. Very hypocritical.
Yep. Just
Mr.
all
Wing,
about how he learns from it and how they can game plan against the Cowboys. Really, that's all it is. It sucks because I was pissed off when they couldn't get 5 yards for a touchdown. And another thing I also mentioned in the ATD group chat when we were talking about it. You should be using all of your timeouts that you have. You shouldn't let the timeout should have been called, and then they should have regrouped right at that before that Philly special.
Yeah. By the way, Mr. Wing, it was 16-0 after the first quarter. And then he had that magical second quarter, and then everything went to shit again. You only put up 6 points in the second half, and you end up losing 33-26 against the Cardinals. So you were down by 2 2-point conversions.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you put your team out of the game on 3 horrible possessions. I'll have to rewatch it, see what happened in that first quarter, but that's Dak Prescott-esque. If you're that good of a quarterback, you're not going to have a quarter like that. You're not going to have 3 quarters like that. 3 quarters, you put up 6 points? Stop.
Yeah. Concerned about the rush defense?
It's a huge loss. It really is.
It is. I mean, luckily this offseason we've signed a lot of depth within our defensive line. We have Kerrigan still, who's I wouldn't say he's necessarily like starting caliber, but he can. He's old, but you also have Josh Sweat. You have Barnett. And Jannard Avery had a pretty good week this week, in my opinion. I think he was one of the highest rated Eagles.
Yeah, he had a decent week. One guy that I'm shocked with that isn't producing the way he used to in games that didn't really matter was Alex Singleton. He hasn't really shown anything special, which hurts. Same thing with Eric Wilson, who had over 100 tackles last year. It seems like he was only tackling people after they caught a ball for 7-8 yards.
Yeah, after he got burnt by them.
Oh, he's a Cowboy. That's why he said stuff like that. Like, try again. Try again, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Kayvon, we're allowed to criticize a guy. We are allowed to criticize them. I know it's the 2021 and we all have to be soft bitches now. But this is still sports. You're allowed to criticize guys that mess up.
Mm-hmm.
There's just been way too many halves and quarters where this offense has just disappeared under Jalen Hurts. Yes, there's sparks. Yes, there's stretches. There's back-to-back drives where the offense just looks like we're on our way to win a Super Bowl. But it's just way too inconsistent over the 6 starts that he's had. Way too inconsistent. And we're allowed to criticize it. We are.
Yep. Yep.
No, Kayvon, I understand what you're saying. I truly understand what you're saying. You don't want the same thing that happened with Wentz or that happened with Ben.
Mhm.
But it's just the nature of we're so passionate as sports fans in this town that everybody wants to butt heads. Everybody thinks that they know what God is saying. Everybody thinks that their shit don't stink. It's just how we are as sports fans. We
Yep.
always think that our takes are the right take.
Mhm.
And I respect everybody's opinion when it comes to these matters. Do I think you're wrong? Yeah. But I respect your opinion. I'll
Mhm.
listen to your opinion. I'll base
Yep.
other opinions off of your opinions. And I'll give you credit for it.
Yep.
But I don't know.
We'll see, Jamie. We'll see.
All right. We'll do some winners and losers for week 2. We will give you our Eagles Cowboys preview like we just did. We'll just give you scoring predictions. I'm hoping it's a W.
Mhm.
Mr. Wig, you're right. You're right. Actually, I'm going to take a picture of this because I need to keep it. Yeah, I projected Ben Simmons for half a decade, and then I killed Hurts after his sixth start. It's just the context in which we got this guy. That's it. That's all. It's just the
But
context,
Jimmy,
and everybody knows the context in which we got Jalen Hurts. That's
Jimmy,
why I'll always kill him, because he was supposed to be the second coming of Russell Wilson. That's what he was sold to us as, the second coming of Russell Wilson.
Jimmy, listen. Ben Simmons was also the second coming of LeBron.
Okay,
Right?
but the thing is, at least Ben Simmons showed up in the regular season and got us to the postseason year in and year out.
All right, it's so much easier to make the
I'm
NBA
just saying.
playoffs than
I
it
know
is.
it's very different, but
So
Ben Simmons produced in the regular season. Yes, he didn't produce when it matters. Yes, he killed our franchise and cost us possibly 2 rings. But he produced. He was an elite defender. He was all-star 3 times now. He's produced. He hasn't won anything, but he's produced.
Mhm.
And he's gotten us to a point where we had a chance at winning a title. Has Jalen Hurts showed you anything that could be possible?
If he had stayed consistent, yes.
Son, I'm just
But
saying
no.
what our GM told us in the second round, when you needed a quarter, when you needed an offensive lineman, when you needed a defensive lineman, when you needed a linebacker, when you needed another wide receiver. He told us that this guy was the second coming of Russell Wilson, that we weren't going to miss on Russell Wilson again.
Mhm.
You groomed everything for this guy. And in the home opener, where it's his team, he puts up 3 points. 3. Russell Wilson will never do that. I don't care if it's Russell Wilson's first preseason start. He would
Mhm.
never do that in the home opener, where the organization gave him everything.
Mhm.
So stop.
Nope, you're right. Who are one of the losers this week, Jim?
All right.
I don't even think we should. All right, let's just get it out of the way. Eagles, obviously. Eagles offense, Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts. That one's out of the question. We already know that's probably number one ours and every other Eagles fans' books, but there's also other games in NFL that I think we should be talking about.
Yeah. And I had many losers this week. Everybody that I played in fantasy football, you're a loser. Sorry, Ryan. But I absolutely annihilated everybody this week. I know the Monday Night Football game's still going on. I actually want to put that on. But my other
It's out of control now. I think it's over.
all right, I don't know where my remote is, but
You're not going to miss anything. There's only like 6 minutes left, and the Packers are winning 35-17, and they have the ball.
Okay.
So
sorry, Don. We should do a health check on Don real quick. Make sure he's okay.
he's been a little silent.
Yeah. Everybody that I played in fantasy football, I apologize for. I apologize. But yeah, they were originally going to be one of my losers. But after the show tonight, Jalen Hurts' legal team, your honorable mention, just for the sole fact that I hear what you guys are saying, but I feel like you guys aren't hearing me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's okay to criticize this guy. It's okay if he isn't the guy. Because at the end of the day, yeah, they did say that he was drafted to be in the second round or to be a backup quarterback.
Yep.
But then they also do say that that we didn't want to miss out on Russell Wilson again. So the Eagles organization, yeah, they have their heads up their asses. They could be they probably are my main losers of the week is Howie Roseman. Because first of all, Jalen Reagor, we didn't even talk about that. That play that Jalen Reagor did, that could have lost us the game, and that goes up to Howie. Justin Jefferson isn't making that play, isn't making that boneheaded play. You drafted an athlete. You didn't draft a football player when you drafted Jalen Reagor. So Howie Roseman, you are my main loser for this week. And my winner, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers. Last time I checked, he had 4 touchdowns going into the fourth quarter. He shut up all of his haters. I'm going to continue to say it. Aaron Rodgers, you were my loser last week. You're going to be my winner this week. Only because I know that you are going to do whatever it takes to try and beat out Tom Brady this year. And I'll back you up any day of the week, pending that the Eagles aren't there.
Yeah. One for me, I'm just going to step away for the Eagles a little bit. I just think this one is throughout the league. I just think that the whole Dolphins team, after scoring 0 points, I just think it sucks and we've been through it. Quarterback injuries suck. And who's their backup?
Who came in for them? Oh my God! Someone help us out in the chat. Hang on. Miami backup.
Because I honestly don't know. Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, Brissett.
That's it, Mr. Wing. Thank
Thank you, Mr. Wing.
Yeah. 0 points against the Bills on a divisional game. Like, I just think that was completely embarrassing for
At home.
a
Home
team
opener.
that it was a home.
Yeah, home opener.
Wow. And just doing that in front of your fans, and you were supposed to be a playoff team.
I mean, they
What
do
the
have
hell's
fake fans,
happening?
but
What's happening?
they do have fake fans, but it's okay.
Fake fans?
Miami Dolphins?
How can you be a fake fan?
Bro, it's like being
How
a Los
can you-
Angeles Chargers fan. It's like being a Los Angeles Rams fan. It's like being
I
a
feel
Vegas
bad.
Raiders fan.
I do feel bad for the 5 fans that are Chargers fans, but I'll cut them some slack. I don't know.
Well, they were comping out tickets for the Vegas's home opener at the casinos just to fill up the stadium,
Yeah.
just to make it look good. I know LA, when they had the Coliseum, they were paying actors to go in and be fans.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of
That's
fake
smart.
fans in the NFL.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, they do.
They paid a bunch of D-list actors to go cheer for the Rams for 3 hours. I wonder how much they paid them. Like, honestly, how much do you think they got paid?
I mean, obviously, they got their ticket for free.
Yeah, food maybe for free.
I don't know, dude. I would have to say maybe like what a substitute teacher makes in a day, like 150.
Yeah.
150 to 200. Maybe. That's a sad gig, dude. That's a sad gig.
It
Props
is.
to whoever did that.
Yeah.
Wow. How we doing, Wilson?
Who you got next, Jim?
Winner, loser. I honestly, I would call myself a winner for just the mastermind that I put in all 4 of my fantasy leagues.
You traded Aaron Jones.
Oh yeah. Besides, I'm a major league loser for doing that trade. If you guys are just joining, I traded Aaron Jones Saturday morning to this guy for Naheem Hines, Saquon Barkley, and Justin Jefferson. And we all see what's happening now. And by the way, to complete that trade, I dropped Tony Pollard and Henry Ruggs. So
Let's go. Week 7, baby.
Mr. Ring, you're looking at a future substitute teacher. Just
Shout out.
getting in all the papers now. So
Yeah.
I'm almost there. Almost there.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess that'll be my winners and losers. Cowboys preview. I know we do have some Cowboy fans in the chat. And Brian, what's up, Brian? Disagree to the poll. I hope we can win, but Cowboys will likely beat us. So we are going down to Dallas Monday night next week.
Yep.
My prediction for this game is Jalen Hurts is going to shut me up. Everybody's going to be saying I told you so in the live reaction, which I'm all for.
Mm-hmm.
Son, Mr. Wing, I'm all for you guys telling me I told you so.
Yep.
I think that's what's going to happen. I say the defense is going to make Dak Prescott see ghosts. I think the defensive line is going to have a huge game. A huge game. They're going to wreak havoc. I truly believe Kerrigan and Josh Sweat, they're going to have a very good game.
By the way, was Josh Sweat worth that contract he got, you think?
I mean, if he stays on the field, we'll see what happens now that BG's out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Do we think Slay has an interception? First of all, do you think we have any turnovers? Can force any turnovers? I think you need two. If you get two turnovers, you win the game.
Maybe a fumble.
Well, Dak Prescott was just throwing it to Charger players yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know, though, because the one that was thrown to Harris, he couldn't catch that one in the beginning of the game. That was disgusting. That should have been an interception.
Here's something we agree on, Son. You need at least two turnovers to win this game on Monday night. You need it. And if one of those is an interception, whether it's Slay, whether it's Nelson, whether it's Maddox, whether it's Harris, maybe Rodney will be back, but you need an interception. You need a fumble recovery. You need at least two of them. Exactly, Son.
Yep. How many yards does Dak get? Do you see? I can see 350.
Yeah, because he's a stat pattern. He could easily get to 350.
300 to 350.
And in Gannon, who I think Gannon's having a great 2 weeks so far. I love his defensive scheme, but it's given up a lot of yards. So I could definitely see Dak throwing for well over 300 yards. Bobby, it looks like you're a Dallas fan, but it also seems like you're a Penn State fan, which I could agree on with that. Do you think that was a great game, by the way? You got to love the whiteout.
That was, yeah.
They got to keep winning.
Well, not the Natty. I don't think so.
They have an opportunity to make it into the playoff. I don't know if they can go past it. Would Bama and Georgia right now? Those are the two top teams.
Yeah.
And then you got Oregon.
Can they beat Michigan?
Yeah.
Think so? No, the real question is, can they beat Rutgers?
Oh my God! Yes, they can beat Rutgers. I can't stand Rutgers. I hate everything about Rutgers.
Dude, they have all the South Jersey natives on that team. All the kids I played football with now play for Rutgers.
No comment. Volleyball, I see what kind of Cowboy fan you are now. 2 weeks in, and you're saying that you're the number one defensive team in turnovers, which, yeah, stats lie. So, yeah. But anyway, I say we put up 30 on them. I say 33 to 25. Eagles win. I think Hurts has a huge bounce back game. I think Devontae balls out. I think Sirianni's going to go into Monday night knowing that he's going to need to win that game. And he's going to do everything in his power to scheme out a perfect game, which he did against Atlanta.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that aspect. I want them to win this game so bad, but I think it will come down to just like the Chargers game. I think there's gonna be spotty calls. I bet
Oh
fans are
yeah,
gonna
for
get
sure,
there's gonna be
for
spotty.
sure. The
It's in
referees
Dallas.
did. The referees did hurt us yesterday, but they're not the reason why we lost that game.
No, no. I'll never blame refs on losses. I think that's just
I mean, we'll
it's
wait.
a,
We'll
a
wait and
big
see until Monday
excuse.
night. We'll wait and see until Monday night.
Yeah, I mean, in Dallas, it's a little sus, but we'll just see how our execution is. I think, like I said, if we can get to Dak and stop that run game, like we've done pretty well, I guess.
Yeah.
I think we will win, but if that doesn't happen, I see a blowout, us losing, because C.D. Lamb and Amari Cooper. Like I can't say that I've seen Slay lock down any of those guys.
Yeah. But the one thing that is promising is we did shut down Calvin Ridley after that first possession.
Yeah.
And Debo Samuel and George Kittle didn't have that much of a monster game against us.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like the scheme is working on keeping guys like that quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if they can do that against CD and Amari.
Yeah.
But we need turnovers. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. Yep.
And there are a lot of corny Cowboys fans in this chat right now. Molly.
Yeah.
And Molly, we love you. Daniel, I'm dreaming. I've been dreaming a lot. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
really don't know how we get so many. They're coming out of the woodworks. They're coming out of the damn.
I mean,
woodwork.
yeah, they crawl out of the floorboards like cockroaches when it's Eagles Cowboy week.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Bobby, I apologize. I never mean to haul that insult at any Eagles fan. You're just a pessimist. I understand.
Oh, so am I. It's all right.
Yeah. And being a pessimist is fine. Like I think that's a little creep of a move of you to do. I feel like you should always believe in the team no matter what. But it is what it is.
Like this is Cowboys fans coming in the Flight Zone podcast out of nowhere.
Just coming out from the ground.
The sewers. Oh Jesus. No, these Cowboys fans aren't as bad as other Cowboys I've heard from. Even though that one from Philly, I don't know. That one's.
But all right, before we close out the show tonight, let's talk a little Phillies. I'm going to see what's happening with the Braves right now. Yeah, Cowboy fans are one of the worst people, especially in our area. If you're a Cowboy fan in the Delaware Valley, tri-state area, you're just a creep, dude. Like, you're cheering against the majority's happiness. And that makes you a creep. It does. It makes you such a creep. It makes you a weirdo. You just want to be different. Like, why would you want to be different? Why would you want to cheer against the majority's happiness? I don't know. I guess some people are just built like that. All right,
but the Cowboys fans that go in our chat and contribute and hit the damn like button, they're just little one notch up.
They can be saved.
Notch up. They're one notch up.
All right, so again, we'll talk Cowboys Eagles obviously next week during the show when they are on. Phillies lose 2-0 tonight. They are 3.5. They're 3 games out of the wild card and 2.5 out of the NL East. Braves, Diamondbacks right now. Diamondbacks are winning 3-2, bottom of the 4th. So go Diamondbacks.
Yep.
Like we said, they need to be 1-2 games max games back once they go into Atlanta next week or a week and a half from now.
Nope.
It's just that simple. And then you need to win that series, and then you need to close it out against Miami. If all of that happens and you do close it out against Miami, I'm on my high fucking horse when it comes to this Philadelphia Phillies team because you did the almost near impossible, and then you go into the postseason with a sweep against Miami, and then you have Wheeler Nola.
Okay, but in clutch situations, when's the last time we swept the Marlins?
I'm just saying, if it happens. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying if that was the one thing to happen, every single fucking Philadelphia fan should be on their high horse.
Yeah. Nah.
Dude, so Molly, why aren't you a Washington Redskins fan? You just decide like just because you're going against the majority and you're not from Philadelphia, you're going against the majority in Washington. So what's the difference? You're reading Kareem against the Washington fans.
Is
I
he
don't
saying
know.
Washington, D.C. or Washington State?
Well, even if he's saying Washington State, why the fuck aren't you a Seahawks fan?
Yeah, true.
Washington State, dude, that would be terrible. But yeah, that's the bottom line. What do you think's happening with this Phillies team? I'm going on Friday again. They'll be playing the Pirates. They got 3 more games against the Orioles. They got to win the next 3. They have to.
Yeah. We are in the stages, and I think we've been in the stages of must-win games. Jimmy, honestly, they need to win out the rest of the season.
I mean, you got to win the next 3 games against the Orioles,
Yeah,
and then
you
you
have
have
to win the rest of the series you play. You have to win each series.
Yeah.
So that's why tomorrow, or they play tomorrow, right?
They play every single day this week.
Okay, so
they have to win the next 6 games.
Must win.
But here's the thing: it's possible because you play the Orioles the next 3, so that takes you into Thursday night. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you got a 3-game set against the Pirates at home, and then you have a day off, and then you go against the Braves.
And it's at the Braves.
And then you go down to Miami.
Wait,
these next at Miami
Braves?
at Braves.
Okay,
that's how you end the season. So these next 6 games, you have to win. You have to win all 6 of these games, and then you need to win the series against Atlanta, and then you need to do whatever it takes to finish up the division against Miami. That's what needs to happen. Enough depending on Atlanta losing.
It's gonna happen. I know it's. I've been talking about it. It's gonna happen.
What's gonna happen?
You don't want to hear it. I told you it before.
Oh, I thought
win. They're gonna win the series, and they're gonna be tied, or they're gonna be a game ahead of the Braves. And what's gonna happen?
You're gonna lose to Miami.
Yep.
Bryce won't let that happen.
Cardiac arrest, man.
Bryce won't let that happen.
They're not gonna do it.
Molly Moss, thank you so much. Appreciate you. We'll see you next Monday. Evan, it's not gonna happen. If it comes down, Evan, if it comes down to that, and they do actually end up losing, like they have the division in their hands and they let it slip away against the Marlins, I might drop out of my classes for this semester just to cope, and then I'll start over next semester because I wouldn't be able to take it. I really wouldn't.
No.
Because if that's the case,
about all the time you wasted watching those Phillies games. They could have been doing other things. That's all I think about sometimes. Just like, how many hours do you think I wasted?
Yeah, I easily could have.
Each time I watch sports and having my team just disappoint me.
Yeah. I look at it this way. I easily could have been starting my project once I got home today before the show. Instead, I turn on the Phillies and watch them put up 0 against the Baltimore Orioles. Wow.
Wheels.
Daniel, you're a creep. I'm sorry. Daniel, are you a Cowboy fan? I just need to know that. So I take back my creep statement. Are you a Cowboy fan? Mr. Ring, have a great night. Thank you for chiming in as always.
See you, Wing. Thanks for the donos.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Wig.
Appreciate you guys. Yeah, what is this little commentary this person's having in the group chat?
I've never. Have you ever seen him before?
No,
Either way.
that's your burner.
That's not my.
That's your burner, man.
That might be. That might be
your burner. My bad.
That might be Wing's burner.
But yeah, man, I just who do we have tomorrow pitching? We probably have a rotational game tomorrow.
Yep.
That's why you need to win tonight.
Oh, Daniel, you're a creep. We love you.
What is going on?
Wow, they're coming out of nowhere. We can't stop them. It's spreading like wildfire. Get it out. We're ending the show, and all the Cowboys fans are coming at us.
Oh my god,
it's crazy! I better call an exterminator with all these cockroaches.
So all right, so we have our rotational game tomorrow, which will probably include players like Matt Moore,
Coonrod.
For probably like what, 2 outs, and then
I'll tell you who it's gonna be. It's gonna be Coonrod. I hope to God he doesn't go to JD Hammer again, but it's gonna be Coonrod. It's gonna be Falter.
Delos Santos.
No, he's done. I hope those two can give you 4 innings with less than 2 runs, and then you can maybe go Hector 5th, Alvarado 6th, and then maybe Moore 7th, 8th, and then hopefully you're in it for Kennedy to save you in the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want JD Hammer touching the field.
Yeah.
I don't want Ben Rosen touching the field, but I know those guys probably will. Yeah, have fun. Thank you, Robert. Have fun paying all that money to Ezekiel Elliott when he's probably going to be your 5th best running back in 2026, because he's already not the best running back on your organization. Do you want to turn this into a Cowboy roast session for the next 5 minutes? Because I'm down.
Yeah, dude, I just heard the sirens. They're ready for the Cowboys roast.
Yeah. All right.
The fire sirens, they're off. They're going. I can hear on it.
By the way, 4 playoff wins in 25 years. 4 playoff wins in 25 years.
Don't worry, they're going to win the Super Bowl this year.
This is our year.
According to all their fans.
August 8th couldn't be Cowboy Day this year because there's 17 games now. So now it's got to be August 9th or September 8th. But I'm not trying to fight. I'm just going to tell you what's been going on in your organization. Like each year in and year out, it's excuse after excuse since 1996. So I don't know, dude. It's whatever.
Dude, one hard hit to Dak, and then he might be done. So and the Cowboys just went and paid him all that money. One little twist to that ankle, and he's donezo.
You guys have a lot of money invested into Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and Amari Cooper.
Yep.
And that's why your defense is what it is.
Yep.
Like, we'll see what happens. Best of luck to you. But 12 in Eagles history, I don't get that. I mean, you guys have had 4 playoff wins in the past 25 years. We had 4 playoff wins in 2018 and 2017, 2018 combined. So we've been to NFC Championship game after NFC Championship game over the past 2 decades. We've been relevant. We've been there. What are the excuses that you've had? Keep living in the past. That's all I got to say. It's been a great show. Can't wait to see you guys next week on the live stream when the Eagles do play the Cowboys. We'll start at 9:30, so we're probably going to be starting around halftime. Second quarter going into halftime. So we'll see you then. We'll give you the halftime analysis.
Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
I'm sure
we're not being blown out before halftime, or we'll be in a very bad mood.
I'm sure some of the guys will also be on with us. Maybe Jake will. I don't know who's going to be on, but I'm sure other people will be on for the analysis. So it will be fun. Keep on saying that we have 1 ring. Keep on asking us what our excuse has been since 1933. The one thing that we know is we've been shit since 1933. You guys don't know that you've been shit for the past 25 years, and you keep giving an excuse year after year after year. You ask us what our excuse is. We don't have excuses. We know that we've been ass.
Yep.
It's time for you guys to figure that shit out.
Yep.
So keep overhyping your overpaid players, and we'll keep on winning the division every other year.
Yep, you're right.
So, yeah, great show, boys. Evan, fun as always. Rob,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you for chiming in on the roast at the end. Daniel Perez, thank you for chiming in. DJ's World, thank you for chiming in. Molly Mall, you, of course, are our favorite Cowboy fan. You always will be. Jay, thanks for contributing. Mr. Wing, Bobby, everybody. Oh, God. I didn't even see this guy. San, yes.
Look at the profile picture. Oh, my gosh.
What up,
is he
fellas?
pissing
This is
at?
not last season. Cowboys has the best defense in the division right now. Okay, bud. Okay.
They
All
might
right.
have the worst.
All I
like,
gotta
2
say, yeah.
weeks.
You guys have the worst. Like, you could give us turnovers all you want right now. You guys are 1-1. We're 1-1. Redskins are 1-1. Giants are 0-2. It's the same shit. Us Eagles fans know it. You Cowboy fans don't.
No.
But yeah. Have a great rest of your week. We will see you next week. Go Birds. God forbid, please, please, Phillies. Give us a bone.
Please.
Just
Please.
remember before we go, our show is always brought to you by Body Check Wellness. Make sure you check out Body Check Wellness for everything you need to know for that. Promo code is A2D for 25% off. Once again, we are brought to you by Body Check Wellness. We are introducing A2D memberships, $9.99 per month.
Who wants to? You guys can come on next week.
For
You
sure.
guys get the membership. You guys can come on next week and talk
All
the
you
Birds
Cowboy
with
fans.
us while the game's going on.
All you guys.
Yeah.
In fact, you guys become members right now before we end the show. Perks include appearances on the show, members-only streams where it's going to be around the horn style, where we'll be giving out points to people that are giving the best takes, shout-outs, and then, of course, you're going to make that $9.99 back with picks from Nate from the Money Pot Podcast and Willie Vegas. They've been hitting all year. They really have.
Yep.
You will get your money back within that first NFL Sunday. They don't just do NFL. They do MLB. They do NBA when it comes. They're all into it. So make sure you guys check out those memberships. You will make your money back.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, 20% off free shipping with the A2D code for Manscaped. They just keep sending me shit. They gave me a new clip for the lawnmower. They gave me ball wipes. You got to take care of it down there, guys. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Guys, have a great rest of your week, and we will see you on the other side. Sweet dreams to you too, Daniel. Can't wait to see the excuses that you guys have next week. Go Birds. Go Birds.
Yes, sir.
Jalen Hurts is better than Dak Prescott. I don't care what anybody says.